This is the house that Kamurai built. Time to get started.
This is the house that Kamurai built. I am Kamurai. Day 2 of Vidcon.
2, 1 more. 1. Bring it into that down dog. Beautiful work. Walk your hands all the way into your toes.
Start off with a panel or two, because that's how I've been doing it. But I've been letting the sunrise get me up. I actually had a discussion with a very nice young lady about that last night, and she's like, "No, I need it on a schedule so I can do." And I probably should have done that, especially given the fact that I'm running under a shoe deficiency here. Going to a workshop that I didn't like. It was the YouTube analytics one. I don't care what they called it, but that's what it was. It was like it was an analytics presentation. It wasn't a workshop. So it kind of scares me away from all the other workshops. And I know I had a blank space at one point. I ended up walking around. One of the things that did happen yesterday, Bernie and Gavin tried to do a Rooster Teeth meetup. And in past, these meetups has happened, like they go sit somewhere and like they're just the crowd of people talking and chatting and having a good time around them. That's a meetup. I came down to meet Bernie and Gavin, and like any good thing, people try to ruin it. And of course, they try to hide their signs. Like, welcome. Little religious bastards. I'm not saying they can't have it, but fuck off and leave them alone. If they can do that, then I can walk around with a big sign with a giant dick on it, and no one should be able to say anything. We were all in front of the big banner where Bernie told us to go, but it also happened to be in front of the Awesome TV stage, so as we got bigger, we started blocking this. And what was really sad is the Awesome TV people were talking from the stage to us, and we were just looking at them like, we don't know who you are, because we weren't there for them. We were there for Bernie and Gavin. And then Bernie they were late. Security showed up because we were too large a group. We were blocking stuff. And we even tried to manage it. We tried to scoot over away from the stage. And then Bernie and Gavin showed up, and I think we kind of moved back a little bit. And Bernie was like, let's move over this way. And we started moving, following Bernie. We moved in the hall first, and then security showed up and was like, nah. They escorted us all down to the signing halls, and they gave Bernie and Gavin a signing lane that happened to be open, which changes the dynamic drastically. Like, it felt super rushed. I panicked, I'll be honest, when it came to me, because I wanted to thank Bernie and Gavin, and I don't think I thanked Gavin properly. I shook Bernie's hand for sure. I wanted to mention that, like, Gavin Google has become, like, my new favorite thing to go back and watch. That definitely didn't come through because Bernie was like, "What'd you say?" I was like, "Gavin and Google!" And not to mention, I took, like, the worst possible photo because Gavin's taller than me, and then Bernie's even taller, and I got this stupid backpack on. I think I elbowed Gavin. I really didn't mean to. But, like, I tried to lean back, and instead of this, because of how everything happened, it went like this. And then, like, I've been shaking all weekend. I don't know what my problem is. I was panicking. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. We ended up taking 2. To try to get it unblurred. And I think Bernie was just like, what's wrong with his phone? What is he doing? So I have a picture of Bernie disapproving of me. And Gavin pulling a funny face because that's what he's doing to keep himself entertained. And understandable. I saw this place called Hula Dog, and I was like, oh, I'm getting one of those. And they ask you if you want mango or pineapple on it, but you don't get like fruit on it. It's like a gel. And it tastes like honey mustard with like a kick mixed in of some kind. I'm assuming that's the pineapple. Dude working the valet stand stopped me and talked to me, and honestly, seemed like a good dude. So I went from that. And then I went to the how to expand your verticals. OK and Toby Turner and Benny Fine were on that one, which was really interesting because I didn't know Benny Fine was going to be there, but they set up so horribly. Not only was Toby late. That was my other problem. He's such a scatterbrained idiot savant. We'll give him credit where credit's due because he's obviously a very successful YouTuber. But he had to follow Benny Fine, and Benny Fine is like the most elegant speaker I've ever heard about new media. Like rivaling Hank Green. Good. And then Toby had to follow him, so not only did Toby, like, not remember the question because he was the last one to talk, but he had to follow Benny's, like, convoluted answer, and he zoned out because he got bored. It's just Toby's personality. and it's a real thing. It's not a character he does. And Olga K has confirmed it on several occasions. Yeah, I gotta give Olga K a soft 5. That was the other panel too that I did go to. It was the one Matt Pack. How to do better video gaming. I'm remembering things now. I shook Matt Pat's hand and said thank you. I shook her pick. But I just thought it was funny because he went to throw his can away, totally missed, and then I cleaned it up for him, so I had to pick up his garbage. So there's me pretending to fanboy. I kind of like walked around for a bit again. I was making fun of the idea that we had so many lounges, but they were pretty consistently full because people want to sit down for a while, and I'm not that smart. And like I'm on the creator side, there's lounges, but like I felt weird going in there because like I'm not associated with these things. I don't know what they are. Like Panasonic I knew, so I went in, I looked around real quick, and they actually had a pretty cool setup. And the FameBit Lounge, I was like, I have no idea what you even are, so I didn't walk in. But apparently it was open to all the creators. 5 o'clock it was Fire Talk and Doc Geek. Mark Garner, I got to hang out with him, and I found someone I went to high school with who happens to work for Doc Geek. She was excited to see me. Just small world theory, I think, in general. And then Mark, he was nice enough to hang out with me a little bit. It was like right before he was trying to go on and do his thing, so like I totally respect that. Like I'm just bothering you. But I only get that opportunity so much right now until I get moved to Austin. It was nice enough to want to hang out later afterwards, but he had a thing right after they closed down. My GoPro and my phone and my wallet, that was all I took. My badge. to the concerts. I walked into Tessa Violet playing. So good to see her up on stage again, and I remember being like this little ball of anxiety, like trying to do videos where she's alone in a room. And now she can't wait to get out on stage and do her thing, and she had a band with her this year, and I think it definitely helps her a lot. And then she had her friend Dottie Clark, I think, come out on stage and do a little duet thing, which was really interesting. Driftless Pony Club came out. For those who don't know, the Driftless Pony Club is Wheezy Waiter's band, Craig Benson. And last year, I was so disappointed in myself last year because I was dragging all this tech around because my hotel was too far away, and I was too paranoid to leave it off to the side, which I did later on Saturday night last year, and it was fine because there's a bunch of people all watching other people's stuff, which was really cool of them. But so this year I wanted to make sure that I could join the mosh because it was such a cool thing. I was like, oh, I just want to do it. But they kind of played it light. I mean, it was still rock music, but it wasn't like the high energy stuff that you would mosh to. Like, I understood for Tessa's stuff because it was a little bit lighter. The crowd was just static. Like, there was like a couple people dancing here and there in pockets. But like, a bunch of lethargic fucks for the most part. And then like, when Driftless Pony Club came out, like, the whole crowd would kick up a notch, and I'd be able to find that mosh and make my way towards it and like have a good time. And nope. But then Dave Days came out.
Sorry I left. I can't fight my determination. Either way, it is my decision. So far from home, yeah, I'm on my own.
For whatever reason, he's still living in like the Blink-182, Sum 41, old style Green Day era, and I was like, oh, this takes me back to high school, and I had a good time rocking out to that. I ended up having to like leave the crowd and go sit down and get some water in between. But when I was doing that, I did meet this one girl, Jamie, a cute little girl. She's just typing away on a laptop. I'm like, what are you doing? And then the security apparently kicked her out like in between that set and the next. She was working on like a writing project or something she had to do, part of her job. I met her and I kept kind of running into her, and so we hung out and talked before Hank and the Perfect Strangers went up. It was by far the big thing of the night. And they play like a very kind of punk ska type, except for like Hank's super eclectic weird songs, which are fine, but god damn, it is hard to find that beat to rock to, especially when he gets so fast. Because like punk is typically like high energy, which means that it's fast, but it's not overly fast to the point where you can't like headbang to it. But I swear to God, this little New Zealand girl made my night a hell of a lot better. And she has an amazing story all her own. Her and her boyfriend's moving from like New Zealand to London, of all places, and they're using LA as a stopping point, and they timed it so they could go to VidCon. I don't know where her boyfriend was, but she was there having a good time with her friend. And I walked out kind of looking to see if I could find Jamie again, because she was sitting there waiting in line to get Tessa Violet to sign something. So I'm like, I'm going to hang out and meet Tessa. Oh, she's so sweet. She's like the sweetest person to sit there and chat with us, and just nice and quiet conversation. Like real conversation, like full to undivided attention, like to the point where I felt awkward because there were other people waiting, so I didn't want to be like, well, there are other people, I'm happy to hang out, but I don't want. But we talked about anxiety a little bit. She's so sweet. That's the type of girl you take home to mom. So it was really so fun to see her. I ended up walking with Tessa back towards the hotels, broke off. Until I see you next time. Bye. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations and they'll take you to our other channels.